RVing is the hot new trend. Everybody wants to RV. But as full-time RVers, we're here to warn you. It ain't all campfires and s'mores. So in this video, we're sharing the top 10 things we hate about RVing.
She hates about RVing. Welcome back to the RV Odd Couple. My name is John.
And I'm Mercedes, and long story short, we sold most of our possessions to RV full-time in pursuit of freedom, independence, and adventure.
Because life is so short, you guys.
It is. And you know what? I think we need some truth bombs, right? Let's talk about what RVing is really like. And why do we have a leg to stand on? You see, we're full-time RVers. Basically, our profession is to live in an RV, right? So in this video, I mean, it was hard to narrow it down, but we've listed the top 10 things that we hate about RVing.
For those of you who watched last week's video, Mercedes let me share about my topic, and this week's video is about Mercedes' topic. This is a topic I did not want to do. I don't like it because we feel so differently about the RV lifestyle. I love my life. I love everything about RVing. There's still ups and downs, but I love the lifestyle. So in this week's video, Mercedes is going to share her top 10 things that she hates about RVing, and I'm going to try to keep my mouth shut as much as I can.
Yeah, right. Let's see if he can do that. And remember, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and say nice things about this video since I got to choose the topic. And on a serious note, I think we might do that in the future, right? Like John picks a topic, I pick a topic, because we are the RV Odd Couple. We're very different. So let us know in the comments how you think that goes. Okay?
Yeah, and also, what do you hate about RVing? You know,
Yeah.
if you've been an RVer, whether it's part-time or full-time, leave below in the comments what it is you don't like about it. These comments really help newbies and other people that are looking into getting into the lifestyle.
Exactly. And make sure you stay till the end of the video because at the very end, we got a sneak peek.
We got a sneak peek of what we've been doing with the Developing Thunder Canyon, the progress we've made so far, guys, and we're super proud and excited to get you guys coming in here real soon.
John, that's not how you bond with your cow.
So number one, why is everything so darn expensive? Okay.
Especially this year.
I know. It's like we're paying to live like we're homeless and everything's really expensive.
We're not homeless.
Well, no, we're not. We're wanderers, right? But seriously, like, why is all the gear, the safety stuff, like really important stuff, why isn't it included already? Why do we have to make extra purchases? And this one really ticks me off. Why is it that I buy like a $50 outdoor chair that's supposed to be really comfortable and it gets rusty?
Yeah, 6 months ago, we did a video on inflation, right? We called this stuff coming. We called last year that it was going to be a squeeze on places to find a place to camp this year because so many new RVers are coming into the space.
Yeah.
But there's so much junk out there, guys. There's a million different products. Most of them are junk.
And expensive. If I'm going to spend 50 bucks on a chair, it better have a butt warmer. It better have massages. It better keep my drink cold. Like, it better do a lot and make my eggs scrambled, right? So it just ticks me off that it's so expensive.
And you don't mind. You really don't mind spending a couple $100s if the product's going to last you 5 to 6 years. The problem is nowadays, everything's made in China. Nothing's made here. Nothing's made with quality.
Yeah.
Everything in our economy is just disposable, right? Throw it out, get a new one.
No, you're right, because the days of replacement parts are long gone.
It's gonzo.
Speaking of complaining about expensive things, the next thing that really irks me about RVing is how expensive it is to find a place to stay.
It's crazy.
And here's why this really ticks me off, okay? This is a BYOA situation. Bring your own accommodations. Okay, I'm bringing my bed, I'm bringing my kitchen, I'm bringing my food. Like, you don't have to do anything. Just give me flat, sewer, electric, water, and we're golden. Why is it so darn expensive?
And that's one of the reasons I love the RV lifestyle. Doesn't matter where we go, we have everything with us, no matter where we are. A couple of weeks ago, we flew to Colorado, didn't have our rig with us. We felt lost. We were missing our rig. There were so many things we didn't have with us.
Yeah.
But this is one of the reasons I love the RV lifestyle. Everything that I have is with me, and I don't need much.
Well, you know what's nice is you're bringing up like the positive stuff, and I'll be like all negative. So this is a good balance.
This is Mercedes' video.
All right, this next one is really just irks me. It's monetized parking lots.
Oh, that'll drive you crazy, guys.
So not only are they charging like way too much money for a site that's barely flat, but when you do get a decent place, why are we so darn close to each other?
We stayed in Missouri on the way to Alabama at a site that charged $75, and it was a monetized parking lot.
Yeah.
It was a long site, about 65 feet, but it was only about 12 foot wide. our slide outs were actually 6 or 7 inches from the neighbor's slide outs.
Yeah.
They had a beautiful new fire pit, but you couldn't use it. You'd smoke everybody out.
Well, you'd burn their RV. Because literally, remember, RVs have slides, people. And most RVs today have slides on both sides.
6.
So you have to accommodate for like, it's not just the width of the RV, which is basically the width of a road. It's like the width of the RV plus the width of slides on both sides. And then you have them right next to each other. Like, you need some space.
Yeah, and I'm with Mercedes on this one. This is not camping, guys. This is definitely not camping. We didn't spend all the money we do and live full-time to pull into next to neighbors, listen to their conversations, be so close, and feel cramped.
Yeah.
Camping is getting out where you can have a little bit of privacy and be in nature. We find that most of the parks today, especially the expensive ones, are just monetized parking lots.
I amended that. Next thing to complain about. Let's see.
Next thing to complain about.
I like it. I like it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Is there anything you love about the RV lifestyle?
There is, but that's not a video that people would click on.
Okay,
So,
well,
yeah.
okay.
I do like things about the RV lifestyle. Okay. All right, this next one is going to be really controversial. It's going to hit a chord. People aren't going to like it.
I don't like it.
I don't care. Okay. What really gets on my nerve, naive newbies. Now let me explain, because this is a channel that really caters to newbie RVers. We try to protect newbie RVers from going through the difficulties that we had. But what really drives me nuts is, like, if you're new, if you're struggling, just say it.
Just ask for help.
Yeah, people will like totally bend over backwards to help you, especially when they know it's like your first or second time camping. They love helping newbie RVers. The RV community is really kind. So you don't have to know it all. And frankly, to be fair, they say if you spot it, you got it.
We got it.
So maybe it's myself that I'm really frustrated
And to be
at.
clear, guys, I love newbie RVers. It's why I love the RV lifestyle now. It's why I love having our platform. There's so many opportunities every single day to help people.
Yeah.
And we love helping as many people as we can.
Yeah.
Here's the deal, though. You gotta ask for help.
Yes.
Okay, because the reason why I say that is from my own experience. When I'm doing something, I like to do it by myself, okay? So in return, when I see somebody maybe struggling a little bit, I'll watch. But they need to, come up to me and say, hey, can you give me a hand? And I'm happy to help.
Yeah.
I can't stand it when somebody comes up to me and, either forces their help on me without just simply saying, hey, would you like some help?
Which brings us to the next one, which is the RV Know-It-Alls, okay?
It's plenty of them.
So on the flip side, if you need help, you got to ask for help. But on the flip side, don't like step in when someone hasn't asked for help.
Right.
And don't like be telling people, like, remember that one guy that was trying to help you park and he's like, oh, you're great. And we literally had a slide like 6 inches away from a tree. It's like, this is not great. I can't pull out the slide.
Right.
So like at the same time, only you know your RV. And you're ultimately in charge. And if anybody's going to wreck your RV, it better be you, right? Not somebody else.
Exactly. So I can't stand people that force their help onto you. So don't be afraid to ask somebody for help.
Yeah, but don't be a know-it-all either. The next one, ladies, back me up in the comments, is how dirty it is. Okay, I cannot keep my floors clean to save my life.
That's true.
The bugs, mice, will go inside the RV because they're like, oh, this is so nice and comfortable. Like, it's a lot of work keeping your RV clean. And when you're doing it like just for the weekend, who cares, right? You can rough it. When you're full time, how dirty it can be is like really frustrating. But you just got to get used to cleaning your floors multiple times a day.
But come on, you're talking about 200, 300 square feet. The RV is definitely easy to clean.
Yes,
and remember, guys,
no.
we're camping here.
Yeah.
You're getting out in nature. I don't want to be on pads. I don't want to be on asphalt driveways. I want to be in nature. It's the type of camping I like to do.
But I don't want nature inside my house.
Well,
like, I want the dirt outside my house, not inside my house.
So Mercedes sweeps our RV at least 4 or 5 times every single day.
4 or 5 times.
She forces me to take off my shoes when I come out. And actually, I appreciate that because, I think everybody should take their shoes off in their own RV, especially when you walk into somebody else's RV, guys. Out of respect, always take your shoes off.
So that bothers you, people that don't take off their shoes?
It does bother me.
Bonus thing we hate here.
Yeah, if you're going to go into somebody's RV, take off your shoes. Show a little bit of respect. At least ask them, would you like me to take off your shoes? Because, guys, keeping an RV clean, especially when you're in, out in Mother Nature, and there's not a lot, part of the deal is you're going to be tracking stuff in and out of the sites. It doesn't bother me, but it drives my wife crazy.
Yeah, that was funny. See, I got you to admit to something you didn't like about RVing. I win. The next thing that drives me crazy, I'm going to call these people the RV park hall monitors. And these are the people that walk around with their protractor and their ruler, like measuring to make sure that like you're doing everything to the letter of the law and the rules of the RV park. I mean, it just...
The rule enforcers, right? It's like the mall cops, guys. Well, you do have campground cops, right? They don't wear a badge. They don't, you know, have a sidearm.
They buy their own badge.
But these are people, and typically we see this mainly in places, these big parks that have associations and then have some campsites.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the deal, right? And the people that live there full time, most of them don't like the people that come in.
The nomadic ones.
Yeah, they just walk around and they're enforcing with the little tickets, writing up this and writing up that and writing up this.
Yeah. To be fair, though, the next thing that I hate about RVing are the stupid RVers that create the stupid rules in the first place.
For every dumb rule, guys, there's a jerk on the other side of that.
That created the dumb rule.
Right. And rules drive me absolutely insane. But the more experience I get in RVing, the more I realize for every stupid rule, there's a stupid RVer. There's a jerk that just doesn't care about anybody but themselves.
And like to give you an example of the level of stupidity that is out there. So since we bought a campground of our own, now we have to eat our words when we said, no stupid rules, like rules stink, right? But we had an RV Odd Squad member that owns a park, and he was like, guys, I literally had someone ruin my plumbing in the bathrooms by putting shrimp, what's it called?
Peelings.
Shrimp peelings down the toilet. Like they didn't want to throw it away in the garbage. They didn't want to like double bag it, get rid of it. They threw it all down the toilet and like wrecked the plumbing. It was a $5,000 fix.
$5,000 fix, guys, to unclog
for shrimp
that.
peelings.
So unfortunately, in his park, you'll see, please do not flush shrimp peelings down the toilet. Cost them $5,000 to fix that.
And I understand why that's a rule now, you know?
Yeah. So again, you know, just have common sense and try to be kind to everybody.
And along with the stupid jerks that make the stupid rules are the slobs.
The slobs.
And what I mean by that are like the people that aren't hygienic with their poop hose and stuff like that. And also, luckily, I don't see this, but John...
I see it all the time. And guys, whenever you pull into a new RV site, always assume that the guy that was there but last before you was a slob. What is a slob? There's people that just don't have any sanitary mind at all. They don't care where they spread the poop. They throw their poop pipe up on the picnic table. They'll hang it over a clothesline.
Yeah.
So every site that I go to, I assume it's going to be dirty. So I always carry a little thing of Clorox bleach. I'll spray down the water spigot. They don't care. These people don't use gloves, right? Mm-hmm. They don't care about anybody but themselves.
With the poop pipe.
Yeah. And so, you know, and not just that, but these people are people that don't keep their campsite clean. Mm-hmm. There's bags of trash all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, just have a little bit of respect for Mother Nature. And also your fellow campers. We're all out there to have a good time and relax, right? So just, you know, think of somebody else but yourself and keep your site fairly clean.
The other thing that really bothers us to no end. Well, no, you're going to agree with me on this one. Trust me. Stupid designed RV parks. Oh. And here's what we mean by that. Please, if you are an RV park owner, if you are designing an RV park, don't put the poop like 10 inches above the water spigot. And also... don't put the poop pipe like 30, 40 feet away from the water. Like, you know, you need your utilities and your services to be close, but not too close. Mm-hmm. It's like a Goldilocks thing.
Yeah, some parks just don't make any sense. We've been at a park where we needed 50 feet of hose, and it was uphill from where you park. Now, we understand a lot of these campgrounds were designed 50, 60 years ago. They weren't designed for these massive rigs.
Yeah.
But, you know, one of the things we're super excited about with Thunder Canyon and developing it is we know as campers what we want to have. Mm-hmm. So we believe at Thunder Canyon we're going to have the best campsites that there are. But parks that don't really put a lot of care or thought into what's going to make it easier for the RVer doesn't make sense to us.
Well, and to piggyback off of that, because, like, we got approached by an RV Odd Squad member that does sewer caps.
Right.
And John, like, on the phone, I've never heard him so excited about anything. He's like, I love sewer caps.
It was so funny because Mercedes started laughing. The lady started laughing at me.
It was really weird.
But I do, because most RV parks just have that little thing you twist off, if they even have that, right? and you still got to touch it.
Yeah.
Well, at Thunder Canyon, we're going to be putting in caps that actually kick up and hold your hose in place, right?
Yeah.
Make it a little bit less messy and easier to install.
And the thing that bothers me about this, it's not that expensive. Like,
No.
if it was a couple $100 per sewer cap, I would understand why RV park owners don't do it. But when it's pretty inexpensive and it's super hygienic, why don't you just do it?
It's a simple fix, guys. These
Little
caps go
things.
right on top of the 3 or the 4-inch waste pipe. And it just has a little kick thing with a spring, so it shuts. So you just kick it open, drop your pipe in, and you're good to go.
Every germaphobe's dream come true.
It is, and it's like one of the most beautiful parks we've ever been to. It was a state park in Colorado. They had steel caps.
That's cool.
And that was fantastic. But of all the hundreds of parks that we've visited over the past couple of years, 3 years, only 2 or 3 parks actually had nice caps. The other thing that will drive you crazy about those screw-on types is sometimes you have to go get a tool to get it off,
Ew,
right?
so then you contaminate your tool.
Yeah, and so, you know, we just love the sewer caps.
Yeah, go sewer caps. We are not sponsored by sewer cap people. The next thing that we hate about RVing is having to leave the campsite.
Well, and this is kind of yes and no. We're full-time RVers, so one of our favorite days when we RV is going to a new place.
Travel
right?
day.
It's travel day, right? It's a new adventure. But there's most people that RV do it part-time.
And when you leave,
It's like-
you have to go back to reality.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
reality stinks.
You've got re-entry back into normal life. You know, you get out in the country, you have a beautiful weekend or a week with your family and
Out
friends.
in
It's
nature.
quiet, you're listening to nature, and it's time to go. And it's always a bummer, just like the last day of vacation,
I know.
packing up to go home, right?
We don't have that last day of vacation.
We don't, because we full-time RV, so we actually love that. Yeah, it's still a pain to clean up and get things wrapped up to go. One of our favorite things about RVing full-time is the next place that we've never been to
When
before.
you've never been there and you're going down these highways like for the first time, it's pretty cool. And every part of this country has something that you can't get somewhere else.
Exactly.
And when you're leaving, it does stink, even as a full-time RVer, like if I'm leaving family, right? But it feels less stinky if I'm going to go see other family, then it like doesn't bother you so much. So it's kind of a bittersweet thing when you're full-time. When you're part-time, it just stinks.
Yeah, and it's become one of our favorite parts of RVing. Mercedes and I have a routine.
Yeah.
Get everything packed up, we get hooked up, we go through our checklist, everything's safe to go. We say a prayer, we
Yeah.
hit the road, and then we've got a playlist that we listen to.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
the best music.
Yeah, we feel really super close to God, and we feel like we're a team, and we're going on a new adventure. So we love leaving.
Yeah. There you go. So what you need to do is all become full-time RVers. And even though it'll be dirty
Careful.
and stinky and there'll be horrible neighbors, it'll be great.
Oh, God. You
No,
like RVing.
I do like RVing. In fact, one of the things, speaking of Thunder Canyon, that I looked at him and I was like, you're not clipping my wings. I'm not going to stay like in one place forever. Like,
Yeah,
we need
and we're
to keep
not.
traveling.
Right. We're going to be here for a few months, 6 months until we
things going.
get things going, and
Yeah.
then, you know, it's off on our adventure again. We love RVing so much. We don't want to sit still in one spot. And so we will be here for a while, getting it developed, getting the campground just right.
Yeah,
and
but
then
my
we'll be on
wings
our
are
way
not
again.
clipped.
But we
Yeah.
will have a home campground called Thunder Canyon, and we'll be coming back here probably 2 or 3 times a year once we leave.
Which, speaking of which, next week's video is going to be all about an update on Thunder Canyon
Yeah.
because a lot has happened.
If
But
you haven't subscribed, subscribe, guys. We've got some incredible video about the whole process that we've gone through over the last couple of months. Thunder Canyon is turning out absolutely gorgeous. Our roads are going in. Things are being developed. We got more and more RV Odd Squad members coming in and helping us. We are so excited about next week's video to show you our progress and get you excited about coming to visit us at Thunder Canyon.
what do you think? Should we give him a sneak peek?
Yeah.
You need to give some cows some food.
Can't imagine I'd ever have anything.
Oh my god.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
John, that's not how you bond with your cow.